Hello, how you doing? My name is Antonio. My page is Unapologetically Black 4209. I ask that you like and subscribe to my page. Breonna, one of the police officers who shot 16 shots wildly into Breonna Taylor's house and ended up having a grand jury charge for shooting into the white woman's house, has now been rehired as a police officer.
Breonna Taylor's mother had one word to describe how she felt after learning former Louisville Metro police officer Miles Cosgrove had been rehired by another department.
And one of the excuses the people made was that he needed the opportunity to feed his family. I need us to understand the fact that they're saying that they're hiring him as a police officer, even though in an incident he fired indiscriminately into an apartment complex, shooting into other people's homes, right? Apartment buildings. So he deserved to earn a living at the expense of endangering the rest of the community after he's already shown that he is incapable of handling the stress of that job.
Taylor wakes up.
So it's a loud bang at the door. She pops up out her sleep. It scared her to death. Me too. Like, who is that?
Banged on the door, no response. Banged on it again, no response. At that point, we started announcing ourselves.
Whether the police announce themselves clearly enough is a critical issue in this story that we'll return to later on. Not knowing who's at the door this late, Walker grabs his licensed handgun.
Like mid-hallway. But as loud as we were screaming to say who it is, I know whoever would be on the other side of the door could hear us.
Outside, some of the police do hear Taylor.
I can hear somebody inside. I kept telling John, I can hear her.
But after knocking and waiting for around 45 seconds, they decided they've given her enough time to respond and rammed the door open.
The last time, I just said, let's just hit it. And that's when we did the, police search warrant.
Of course, I don't need to kill anybody. So I just let off one shot.
Mattingly immediately returns fire.
I got 4 rounds off, and it was like boom, 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 boom.
Then all of a sudden, there's a whole lot of shots.
Mattingly fires 2 more rounds when he falls and takes cover. Almost at the same time, Cosgrove moves in and fires, stepping on Mattingly in the process. He has now also put himself in the fatal funnel, and although he's shooting, he appears to have no idea what's happening.
I see blinding, vivid, white light and blackness at the same time. I don't hear any gunfire at all, ever. And I did not have any pain sensation or any recollection that I'm firing.
He continues shooting blindly until he runs out of ammunition, a total of 16 rounds. In 911 calls immediately after the shooting, Taylor's neighbors don't know police are carrying out a raid.
Please get a police out here. They are shooting bad. Something's going on next door, and there's bullet holes all the way through the wall, through our glass. I have a 5-year-old in here, so something needs to be explained to me.
And in statements police took afterwards, none of Taylor's neighbors heard the officers announce. This apartment's patio door was open.
I was completely unaware that it was cops.
2 teenagers in this apartment heard a commotion, but didn't hear police announce through their open window, their mom said.
They told me that nothing was said, that they just beat on the door. I said, so y'all don't know if it was them? She was like, they didn't say nothing, they just beat on the door.
And the family who lived directly above Taylor also heard nothing.
Before the gunshots come out, did you hear anything?
Conversations or anything like that, people talking.
This is white privilege at its finest. And an example of how incompetent so many white people are. He's shown he cannot be a police officer, so what is it that he's incapable of doing anything else to earn a living? Why is it that he cannot earn a living no other way other than being a police officer? So if it's a lack of other opportunities for employment outside of policing for white people, what do that mean for black people? See, your criminalization is the creation of their employment, black people. Why do you think the Milwaukee Police Department budget is $242 million, but you have no job creation budget? They're not spending $242 million in Milwaukee on job creation. They're spending $242 million to incarcerate you, to over-police you in order to employ white people who don't even live in your community. Understand, the policing system, the prison system is a way for them to create employment for white people who have no skills. They are incapable of doing anything else, so their job is to monitor black people. And he's not capable of fulfilling that job or dealing with the stress of that job, but yet and still they are constantly rehired. This is why police have it so that their history is hidden. But the first thing they do in court is bring up your background. But their prior activities on the job cannot be disclosed.